Hello and happy Tuesday, September 26th, 2017. Tomorrow is my birthday. I'll be the big 6-0. And as my sister pointed out, man, I'm old. I did go out and play in the ocean some today. Not much, and I didn't go far. I believe it's Donna that messaged me and said that there have been many people who have gotten in trouble in the ocean because of the serious riptides and everything off the coast of Jersey. But otherwise, it's nice. I just went out for a little while and played, and I had to message my sister that I missed her being out there with me, because from the time we were little, I don't know, maybe she was 4 or 5, yeah, by the time she was 5 and I was 10, when we would go on vacation, we always came to the beach, either Myrtle Beach or beach in Carolina, or just wherever. My sister and I, we'd get up, Mom would make us eat breakfast, and then we had to wait for the hour or 30 minutes or ever how many, Pop-Tarts, you had to wait for 30 minutes, a bowl of cereal was 30, but if you had, eggs and bacon, that was an hour, that kind of thing. But we would, as soon as we were able, we were in the ocean, and we stayed. She stayed. My sister, man, she is strong. And we would float in the ocean while we'd take turns. I'd float for a while, and she'd holler out, "Wave!" so that we wouldn't get drowned when a wave would hit. And sometimes we'd have a float, and that was a lot of fun because it was easier to raft, with those heavy, I don't think you see them anymore, but back in the old days, they were made out of canvas, rubberized canvas or something, and they were good to ride waves because they would keep you from getting shell scratches all over you. And we would play, we would ride waves, we would just have a wonderful time. We tried to have one of us touching bottom so we wouldn't drift out too far, because then Mama would yell at us. But we had just a wonderful, wonderful time, and I did miss her. We just had fun out there in the ocean. I think the most startled we got, one day we had not one of those good rafts, we had one of the old plastic blow-up rafts. It was long, and so there was the one of them to share between two of us. So she was on one end and I was on the other end, and it was such a crappy little float that it dipped down between us, and we're sitting there, I don't remember just floating around in the ocean, and there goes a fish in the water right between us, and we both went, "Ah!" And those were the days that we were in a hotel. I remember it was somewhere kind of close to a pier, and we would go up to the pier sometimes walking and see, the fishermen on the end of the pier had caught a 7 or 8 foot long shark off the pier, and we'd just go back down and jump in the water and have us a big time. That was pre-Jaws. There was no theme music playing in our ears at that time. We had a wonderful time. We had great vacations. My sister, because she doesn't hold back. When she goes 100%. And by dinner, most nights she was falling asleep in her food. And she was just completely zonked. And those were the simple, innocent, preteen, pre-hormone fun. That was just, it was just, I look back on that very fondly. Great days. One of the best days that I can think back and remember, I was probably 14 or so, and she was 9 or so, and it started sprinkling rain, and so the waves weren't good, but the tide had gone out and left little dips and pools, and in some of the dips and pools were fishes, little teeny little fishes. And so we spent the entire afternoon in the rain, light drizzling rain, just damming up the pools that the little fish were in, and then transferring the fish from one pool to another. And a couple other kids came out and were helping us, and we just played, just pure, innocent fun. Very, very fun.